images. Was it really worth it for me to sit here and lay all these trigger objects, all these boundaries, draw all these decorations? It felt like my passion for this project was slowly evaporating. I wanted to run away, change my life. I wanted to cry, and I did. I did cry. I cried many a time. But hey, what's life without a few tears? It definitely helped to remind myself of my intentions. Even write them down and stick them to the wall beside me. I had to remind myself
hello, everybody.
that at the end of the day, this is a personal challenge. And you can't grow as a person if you never face difficulties.
No. That's not right.
I had amazing support from my family and friends. They were also challenged with this project of mine because of how much of my drama they had to get through. The entire summer of 2022 was dreamy otherwise. My garden thrived, and watching it thrive made me full of good feelings. When my squash plants decided to take over the whole yard, I just let them. When I wasn't using my off time to garden, I was at my grandparents' cabin in the woods. And despite the lack of internet, I still brought my computer with me to work. Shifting grades from cattle copy paste and didn't realize how big the code was. The installation of my word function and second once again. I got the running and accidentally ran myself into a very I didn't expect after all this time of working on a game about a robot man, I'd face a real my goal enough about that. Let's talk about the and
Okay, we have 3-1. Okay, 3-2. Right. Okay.
It is so close to being done. There's like very few things that need to be finished. Mainly it's just work. Next in the game, I'm going to get the most people will probably get. How long it takes to beat the actually play a character once or less. I'm gonna act a little bit silly and go into rooms that I know. But there's a very good chance I will die because there's a few places that I can't die. So, yeah. I'm actually really gonna die. Am I gonna die? I knew I was gonna die at some point during this run. Because I like it.
Just what I needed.
That was a close one. I died. Alright guys, so
Three dash six.
Today is the day. Today is the freaking day.
Gotcha!
Measure this sucker and we're gonna go find some art. 10 minutes ago, I just finished the last piece of art for the arcade cabinet. So basically, all of it's done now. Praise the Lord. I got 2 side arts. I got the marquee, the bevel, which goes around the screen, and the control panel art. Those are all pieces that are going to be actually artifact. The front right here, there's not going to be anything on it because that would be taking the extra measure, and I don't think it's really necessary. A lot of arcade cabinets don't have anything very close. The only thing now is that it's going to be pricey, I have a feeling. Alright guys, that took about an hour or so to adjust all of the sizes precisely as precise as I possibly can.
Okay.
The most nerve-wracking because I decided to make the exact places for all the buttons and stuff on it. So 20 lines up at least. Okay. Signs.com not sponsored at all. It cost me a whopping $400. I mean, I don't blame them. I am going to 6-foot-long vinyl decals plus 2 posters and a backlit marquee plastic thing. So yes, I understand that it's going to be expensive. The arcade cabinet is going to be the art has arrived. Check it out.
What? What do you want? try. Okay. 3-dash fortress. Right. One second. I've been looking for a long time.
Five Nights at Freddy's fan games. There's way too many of them. There's literally thousands of...
Just what I needed.
3-9. Oh.
Just what I needed.
Okay.
Obviously, this game starts on night 1, and as you can see, we play as Freddy Fazbear trying to sell the night guard some insurance. At the top left of our screen, you can see our score, and there's no boost. In the top middle of our screen, you can see our battery with the Our battery will slowly run down over time, and if we take too long to complete a level, we're gonna die. This meter gets super annoying in later levels because it means we have to do all the stuff required in a minimum amount of time. And finally, at the top right, we have our gears. These gears act as both Freddy's ammunition for shooting and killing enemies, and it also acts as Freddy's gun. So if we shoot a gear, we're gonna lose one, and if we take the damage, we're also gonna lose one. And you can guess what happens if we take damage when we have our gears. And that is literally it. We are just exploring all these levels, trying to find the night guards so we can kill him. So, why does this game even work? Well, I'll tell you, we lose all of our gears and die regardless of whether we're on, we'll always get reset to the very beginning of the game. So if we die on something like level 1, that's fine, we can just restart. But if we die like 2 seconds away from the end, we die. So now we have to do the entire thing all over again. So without getting too much
Okay.
how much I started to hate this game, let's go through the nights. You have the map layout for level 1. For anybody wondering what those pictures are the player will run into, I literally pulled these pictures from the game virus. As you can see, this level is extremely easy. The night guard's right here, so all you have to do is do a big move and cover yourself. There's only one enemy in this level, and this guy. One was a enemy. This enemy is extremely easy to do.
Okay, there's Wendy.
Night 2 is a little bit different. Here's the map layout, and you want to know why it's different?
Alright.
And in addition to that, we've introduced another enemy. This is what Huggy looks like when they're fun. This is what Huggy looks like when they're fucking dead. This enemy literally just acts the exact same as the first one, except for it's a little bit slower and it takes 2 to kill instead of 1. So in pretty much all my runs, since Huggy has such beefy HP, I pretty much always go faster. And again, that's basically it with this knife. I'm making it sound very difficult, but that's because this is level 3 that I can. Level 4 is very similar to level 3. We will just go and turn off the power to a doors, we can go to the night guard. But the level just being way bigger, we will get introduced to one of our final enemies.
Okay.
The enemy you're facing is
4-1.
right now. It's known in the game by us as SNES. And I can say with this enemy is one of my least favorite things
Gotcha.
in the game. This enemy only has 1 health, so that's not a problem. The problem is they can literally move in any of the 4 directions whenever they want. So we either need some godly figs to get past them, or we can just use up one of our gears to shoot them right in their stupid face. With level 4 done, we're on to level 5, which is where the game starts to get really fun. And in this game, we get to meet everyone's favorite villain, William Afton.
Just what I needed.
The game goes enemy A, enemy B, or enemy H, S, P, and the enemy in the game that takes 5 hits to kill, as well as having the ability to triangle. And also, to make matters worse, in the non-fast version of the game, you can even able to go faster than you. Looking at the map, purple guy spawns right here, and the night guard's right here. So I literally need to get rid of the night guard. So how am I gonna do that? Obviously, I can kill him, but I just don't have enough skills for that to be a viable strategy. So instead of trying to kill him, I'm gonna walk into that room where he's gonna start chasing me. And once he does, I'm gonna take a look around this part of the map back to where the night guard is. And as you can see, I should have gotten far enough away from purple guy that he doesn't want to chase us anymore, and now we can just walk to the night guard. With that level completed, we're now on to level 6, which is as simple as walking down this hallway, breaking a door, entering this vent.
Okay. Okay, that was 4-2. These two enemies are really the exact same, except for their appearance changed, and they're basically just a nerf.
Lucky.
They can still move diagonally, but they die in 2 hits instead of 5, and also way slower. And the best thing about these enemies is they always have a guaranteed drop of 3 gears. That feature becomes a key component of some of the later runs, so these animatronics are very, very important. And that's all for this level. Again, as you can see, that just goes with the with level 8 finished, we move on to level 9, which is very easy and a little bit less prolific. But in this level, there is something super important. I'm going to start right now.
Okay.
More relevant in later runs, but just know this level is very, very important. Like I said, this level's really easy. It's actually a lot of level 5 since it's an unavoidable purple guy encounter. Lucky! Because AI is kind of stupid, so we need to do a lap around this table to get our way to the night guard.
Just what I needed.
It's a bonus night. There's no enemies, there's no battery timer. This is the bonus night. So after completing this level and, skipping over the other levels that I'm not talking about, hey, we made it to the end. This level right here is level 19. The map isn't very interesting because it's basically just a boss fight. But instead of engaging the boss fight, if we just walk up to the serial child murderer and give him an axe, then we get an ending. This ending, also known as Cog in his machine, is
4-dash Fortress?
You were actually so right. That was downright cringy.
Ooh. My God, come on, man. Let me get in. Let me get.
Get me. So cringe. Oh my God.
Oh boy.
Gotcha.
Game, it would be better to kill you. Top 5 best gaming moments. Number 5. Chicken Ninja 42. His pants. Give me my axe.
I'm the GOAT. Okay. Ooh, Tanuki suit. Okay. And Raccoon Leaf. We got P-Wing. Okay. Stars? Okay. Okay, 4-5. Woo! third panel.
Is a bonus level. What in the fuck is that?
Okay.
Again, it's just a bonus level. There's no way for us to play. So we just have to choose between getting eaten or seeing a furry while mounting goes. So, and other than that, it's not that interesting. And on to level 17. Level 17 is another absolutely massive level. They actually have 2 floors. Here's floor 1, it's just the basic pizza pit, and then here's floor 2, and it's kind of like this weird underground secret layer. Apart from this being a big level, this one requires us to do only one thing, and that's
Okay.
pizza boxes. In the room with the pizza boxes, there's 2 vanny enemies that we pretty much won't have to shoot. After killing those enemies and shooting down the pizza boxes, we take a ladder to the lower floor, and all we have to do is take a right path to the night guard. And there's the night guard, and now we're on to technically our final level, level 18. This level is without a doubt the hardest and most complicated boss I've ever seen in my entire life.
Alright.
Take a look at how big this level is, and keep in mind the game expects us to figure all of this out in less than 2 minutes, and if we don't, we get reset back to level 1. After playing this level way too many times, here's the best part of the video. Leave the spawn area, go all the way to the left and into the vent, go all the way through this vent, exit the vent, and go all the way right so you can pick up a key. After grabbing the key, go all the way back through the vent, back to the third area. Now you can look at the door, shoot down some vanny enemies, and shoot down some pizza boxes, and shoot down a door, and run past another vanny enemy, and finally, there's the night guard. And I'm just going to go on and right off the bat, because I can see the future or whatever. And still with this
4-dash fortress.
it's gonna take us almost 2 minutes. And once we've completed this level, we're now on to level 19, and I can finally explain the Springtrap boss battle you saw in Epic 1. Level 19, as you saw, is our final boss fight against Michael Jackson. But just before the boss room, we get to pick up an axe that we can use as a melee attack. And to get our second ending, instead of handing the axe over to Purple Guy, we're gonna shove it right into his face. This engages the final and only boss fight of this game, in which we have 2 things we have to focus on. Purple Guy himself, and these small little robot kids coming out of the closet. But, that sounded a lot more than it was supposed to. The robot kids I was talking about are known in the game titles as Bitty Babs. And when one of these Bitty Babs spawns, they can do one of 2 things. They can run to the center and stand next to the robot, or they're gonna start chasing after us. Regardless of what they do,
Okay.
so as long as we're paying attention and don't get too close to any of them, we're perfect. Springtrap, on the other hand, is really rare. You can't hit him directly with the axe because you don't lock in. You can't hit him with gears because that just doesn't work. And you also can't get too close to him or else he'll hit you with a classic Mike Tyson combo and knock the rest out. He does have a health bar. It's displayed at the top of the screen as 3 separate springs. The problem is I just don't know what to do. After experimenting for a bit, this boss fight is actually really easy. All you have to do is walk to the center of the screen where the robot is, and this will automatically force Springtrap over to the middle. Once you've done that, he'll start doing the Macarena in the middle, and all you have to do is hit him with your axe. This then breaks one of the springs, leaving 2 left. And now all we have to do is wait for him to move from the middle of the screen and just do the exact same thing again. And after 3 hits, he's dead, and we finally get the ending. Just kidding. Why is this a thing? After that funny haha troll, I just had to do the entire game all over again. But now we can use our axe to decapitate this furry, and now we actually have our ending. We get to eat the magical mystical cake, and sadly that cake was poisoned, so now we're in heaven where we get to meet our anime friends. This ending is slightly more difficult than Cog in his machine because it requires us to actually finish the boss fight. But it is definitely nowhere near the difficulty of some of these other endings. This one is going insane. But that's the ending.
Right,
Might
okay.
be a little bit of a secret after the Springtrap boss fight.
Okay.
On God, he's
Right.
Dead kid.
Donkey Kong Jr.'s in this game? What the hell?
There we go. Yay! I love game.
Come on now. Right, okay. Okay. Jesus Christ. There's just so much stuff, you know?
There's been a theme going on. Every single level we do, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And level 22 is no different because look at how big this map is. This is level 22, and just so you know how big these rooms are, that thing right there, that is the player. It's actually ridiculous how big this map is. This map is so big that the game even gives us unlimited power so we can complete it. You wanna know the worst thing about level 22? This absolutely humongous map is even our biggest problem. When I start talking about level 22's enemies, there are 3 enemies in this level. 1 enemy which has been present for a while and I haven't talked about. Then there's 2 which are exclusive to this level, including 1 which is just completely unfair. The first enemy is a clown, also known as Enemy Zen. This enemy first appeared in level 15, which I just didn't talk about. This enemy's movement patterns are very similar to Enemy W, except for the game that was a child love from cocaine. Not only can they move diagonally, but they're also just brutally good.
Who is that?
Luckily, we don't have to deal with too many of these.
That Iggy? Okay, that's World 4.
The second enemy is our first new one, and it's a cockroach. This enemy's movement patterns are the exact same as enemy 1. They either move left and right or up and down. The only difference here is it's a goddamn cockroach, so it's basically indestructible. Later, I never actually killed any of these guys, and it's not just because they have a lot of health. There's no need to actually kill them in the first place. Here's where they spawn, and every single place that they spawn, you just walk past them. And that's it for the roach.
Right.
Now it's time to move on to the big problem.
On to World 5.
The final enemy is an angry body, and it's the one that is completely unfair. Not only does this enemy have 2.4
Just what I needed.
but they also have infinite health. And just to make sure that this enemy is completely broken, if everybody comes in contact with the player at all, your game will immediately end. Regardless of if you have 1 year left or if you have a maximum of years, you're always going to die if this enemy touches you. And just to add on a little bit more, there are so many This coin actually represents an extra life that we picked up in a secret room in level 9. Remember when I said this back when I was talking about level 9? This secret room is accessed through a hidden hallway in this room of level 9. If you walk in between these two benches, it'll take you to the secret room and you can grab the extra life. Fun fact, in the original version of this game, this room was actually very, very secret. But in the newest version of this game, the creator just completely gave up on keeping the room secret and literally made you go to it. So with this extra life, we now have to attempt to trust me, this doesn't help like at all, but let's try another. Once we finally find the key and make it out, we will unlock the guys jail cell and finally kill this piece of stuff. Once we kill this guy, we'll make the boss die, and then we get the ending. And on our tier list, this ending is definitely way harder than the last one. Not only does it require us to beat the game, but we also have
Okay.
to
5-3. Okay, got the Karibo shoe now. Now we don't have the Karibo shoe. Ooh, that's some epic right there. Okay. Dash Fortress. What?
The best thing about this is these items will connect with the room. So by the end of this we're gonna be able to pick these up again and get another 7,000 points. And just to make all of this absolutely perfect, 20 is actually a bonus night, meaning we have no battery timer. We can do this for as long as we want. The funniest thing about this is I'm guessing Andy put this into the game so she can play test this ending, and she either just didn't take it out or didn't think anybody was gonna find it. So now what was supposed to be a somewhat difficult ending requiring us getting really, really high score is now just the exact same mechanism ending, but with a little bit of point farming in between. So now that the replacement requirement for this ending is completely non-existent, now the only thing have to apply my strategy for dealing with angry bodies. There are three things that you can
Alright.
do to defeat the cockroaches.
That's 5-purchase.
The cockroaches are pretty self-explanatory. Like I said earlier, I never actually killed any of them. And this is because the cockroaches actually have a physical hitbox, meaning if angry body's chasing after us, there is a chance for him to just get stuck on a cockroach and egg.
5-tower.
This obviously doesn't happen a lot, but if we keep all the cockroaches alive, there is a chance for this to happen. The second thing was gear stunning. As you know, angry body cannot be killed, he has infinite health. But if we do manage to hit him with a gear, he will get stunned for a few seconds. This gives
Yo,
us
what's up, Austin? When is the
disappear.
PH stream coming? What?
Because, you know,
Oh.
but this little tiny stuff
Oh yeah, that's not coming up, but
The third and final thing is the chasing AI of these enemies is really weird. If you walk into a room and
God damn it.
begins to chase you, if you just leave the room and re-enter, for some reason he'll jump behind you. I have absolutely no idea why this is a bug in the game, but it is. But it all
Bah.
together makes a decent strategy for dealing with danger money. It's obviously not perfect, it's still stupid and difficult, but it's better than nothing. So all we have to do is farm those invisible
okay. Now we just gotta.
and complete the mechanism ending, and that's basically it. Seeing as how this ending is basically the exact same as the mechanism ending, but with more points, it's gonna also go up easier. I'm sure this ending would be decently difficult if I actually tried to get my points, but I'm not doing
Oh, okay.
Never forget some good old childhood.
God damn it.
What am I supposed to do?
Okay.
What?
We are here now.
That it's not in the spider location.
Okay, 5 dash, where are we? 4? No, 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 no. Come on! Now we are.
Amazon. This place is bigger than I thought.
5-5.
I see her at the museum. Shall we focus on traditional? Not cupcakes. So that was fun. But you're probably wondering, there's no cakes in any of the levels. You can go through every single level in the game and there's no cakes ever. The thing is, there is a cake in every single level, but you have to do something very specific for it to actually show up. As I mentioned a while back, there's actually
Right.
an enemy in the game known as Enemy B, which is Purple Guy, and he's present in every single level. And if we kill Purple Guy in a given level, a cake will now appear that we can pick up. Now we know what to do. We're gonna go through the entire game
Okay. Ooh. Right. Right. Right now. That's 5-7. Right. Oh. Ooh. There we go. Boom, boom. And that's 5-Fortress.
Purple guy, a locked door through 32 will become unlocked, and of course, that's where the cake is. Level 8 is another level
5-8.
some random room, and all we have to do is kill him. In this case, he's standing in a small hallway to the right of the room with a many enemies. And he's wondering how the fuck he's gonna kill the many enemies before doing anything else. Once Purple Guy is dead, all we have to do is go back to the switch. There's the game right there on the ground. That's it. Okay, we'll get in time for level 9. Level 9 is probably tied to level 5 for being the easiest Purple Guy kill, because again, Purple Guy is literally unavoidable. If I do intro bits,
Oh.
Hello? You forget that I was training cable com. Oh, mother.
Right. 5-9.
Why do you do that?
Oh. Whee! So that's 5-9. Now we have 5-airship. Now that's pretty nice, if I say so myself. Okay, that's World 5. Now on to World 6. 6-1.
So I'm gonna take this opportunity to kill him while I still have his gear. And once he's done that, I'm gonna go back through the bits and collect the gear
What I need.
all the way through the vents. I'm gonna jump out early and go through this hole. This hole leads to the kitchen, and as we all know, Jake's room is in the kitchen, and that's where I was. After that super complex level, again, apologize because it gives me the easy one to level 15. On level 13, you guys can actually spawn on the map.
You saw that, right?
Right and then down, and now we've made it to room 285. Much like room 237, this room has two triggers, one to show the end of the level, and one to spawn Purple Guy. You all went to trigger Purple Guy,
Oh, man.
to jump out of the vault basement, and the last one was
That sucks.
and now he's dead. And you must be thinking, the game's probably like really difficult, right? It's in the next room to the right, and that's it. Our next level up, level 16, as you should know, is a bonus night, meaning there is no Purple Guy and there is also no cake. So we're on
my god. Ooh, doing good. Gotcha. Hammer Bro outfit, okay. I don't need these clouds. That's better. Oh. And there's the what was that? 6-3. Now we have 6-Fortress.
When the player comes in contact with golden, it acts as an item and will be collected, and Now the player is known as a follower. So you've probably figured this out by now, but when we make it to level 22, to get this ending, not only do we have to collect the key to Purple Guy's cell, but we also have to collect Golden Freddy. Luckily for us, unlike the key, Golden Freddy will always be in this exact same spot on the map every single time. The thing is, I haven't talked about the new enemy yet, that enemy being Glitch Trap. This thing right here is files as Glitch Trap. And you want to know the one good thing about it? It only takes one hit to kill. That's great, right? No, it's not. I still have bad stuff to talk about. Glitch Trap is 2.8 times faster than the player, and when he's killed, he has the ability to respawn in almost any room in the entire level. In addition to this, he will never stop chasing you, and the only way to get rid of him is by killing him with a gear. And to make all of this as bad and as unfair as possible, if Glitch Trap comes in contact with the player at all, regardless of gear amount and regardless of if you have an extra credit, your run will immediately end. So your 30-minute, 40-minute run where you killed every purple guy, collected every cake, and completed almost every single level in the game can instantly be over if this enemy touches you once. And get this, all of that was not even the worst part. For some ungodly reason, if you happen to be standing near the exit of a room, Glitch Trap can teleport to your position and instantly kill you for no reason at all. Take this clip for example. I'm standing there for a good 5-10 seconds waiting for Glitch Trap to come through that hallway because I know he's in the other room. And for some reason, he never does it. So I decide to come into the next room to see what's happening, and bada bing, bada boom, I'm fucking dead. So what exactly do we even do? We have a teleporting juggernaut that moves almost 3 times faster than the player, and if it touches us, we have to restart the entire game. You wanna know what we do? Absolutely nothing. For these last 2 endings, we are literally at the mercy of RNG, just hoping that Glitch Trap takes longer to respawn than our gears take to regenerate. Apart from these closets in room 282 and 283 with using them and a little strategy that I made which doesn't completely work, that's all we can do. And that's literally all I have to say for this ending. That strategy I was talking about, and any other things I mentioned in this video, I don't know what this ending, but that basically is somehow you can find
That's 6 Fortress.
Purple guy, and finally, there we go. I don't even think I need to be talking about this. For being completely unfair and virtually impossible, this ending is without a doubt going in S tier.
Let's go!
Don't do it, man. You did the thing.
Oh, oh my god.
Just what I needed.
Oh.
What I needed.
Six Dash Fortress. Wait. I just beat 6-7. Okay.
check out youtube.com and let's
That's
get
pretty
straight
cool.
into this challenge. That is right, ladies and gentlemen.
6-9.
What I needed.
5 Nights at Freddy. Freddy Fazbear. Okay, 6-dash fortress.
Just what I needed.
the bottom right corner and move at literally the exact same angle as we did for the second setup. And you know the rest. We eventually find the button. It's just more zapping.
If I tell,
We kill the
can't
sniper,
roll.
now I get to go home. And unit tells me I didn't have
Let's
to do a
go.
good job. You click on the S button to return back to the fence. And again, no luggage, make it through the fence. And now I'm with this little popcorn and my favorite TV show that I can't watch. Overall, the successful attempt for this night took around 7 minutes, and I genuinely think, despite not being able to see, this night is still a perfect introduction to the game. It got me accustomed to just being blindfolded in the first place, creating janky setups and being okay with it, and most importantly, stabilizing my gun. Just to let you know, my microphone in all of this detector footage is absolutely neutral. For some reason, I decided to use my base game microphone instead of my big fancy one, so it sounds bad. And also, in all of my base game recordings, I'm wearing the exact same shirt. No, I did not complete this entire challenge in one day. I just did one by changing in every single piece of footage. And also, yes, I watched it.
Woohoo! Just what I needed.
Hey, look. It's Lemmy.
You're gonna fucking die, dude. Oh wait, I have to watch my TV show. Hold on. There it goes. Night one. We did it.
That's World 6. Now it's on to World 7.
Literally the exact same as night one itself. We begin this night in the elevator, then move into the primary control module to check out the then move into the circus control area to check on baby. And the best thing about this is we can use the exact same settings as we did in night one to do the exact same thing. Although don't worry,
7-1.
it's a daily dose of human suffrage because in this night there isn't just one extremely difficult section, there is actually two. That's right, baby. It's the motherfucking double trouble night. In this night, we need to survive from the mini bath underneath the desk, as well as survive from the ultimate gaslighting from our friend One Time Freddy. Once we make it to the circus control area, with absolutely no problems, because I'm just that good, Main Unit tells us that there's a power malfunction and he needs to do a system restart. So now I'm just sitting there in the dark all by myself with nobody to talk to.
Just what I needed.
Make it safely through Ballora Gallery and then hold W while listening out for this song playing in the background. Yes, the closer Ballora is,
7-4.
obviously if we hold
Here I go.
we're gonna die.
Here I go. Here I go. Looking for the buttons. He's gonna Here I go. Just what I needed.
The second stage is where he steps off the platform, and the third stage is where he's about to take a chomp out of my face. Despite us not being able to see him, we know he's moving around when we do this sound effect.
Let's go.
Once we hear this sound effect, just to be safe, we want to instantly hold down the control panel and hit spacebar to play the mascot audio, which reverses back to stage 1. And that's all we need to do to survive one time ready, but that's not the hardest part. Is actually finding the buttons that we need to press to complete this night. First, we have to open up the control panel, which can easily be done by just moving around to the very bottom of the screen and sliding it to the left or right until you find the
Seven dash 5. Dude, actually, what the hell?
Yes, dude. Oh my god. I don't know where that I don't know, man. There we go. Night 2, blindfolded. Black balls. Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't get any. Night 3 starts off in the exact same way as Night 2 and Night 1. We're in an elevator. So, you know the drill. Click on hand unit, click on the elevator button. Actually, I'm just gonna sit here and listen to my phone. Yeah, no, you can't make it. Okay, dude, shut the fuck. Fine. After the elevator fiasco, as I mentioned, we do the exact same thing as nights 1 and 2. We move into the Foxy. Although this night's actually different. Instead of going and checking on Baby, we actually have to crawl through the vent to our right into the Funtime Auditorium. Funtime Auditorium is very similar to the door in general. We walk through by holding W, and if we do something wrong, you know. But remember how the Laura Gallery was completely audio-based? Guess what? This one's based on style. Yeah, I told you this night was gonna suck. We're told by hand unit that Funtime Foxy
Right.
is motion activated, and we need to use it as dark as possible to make sure he doesn't jump scare us. And to make sure we don't run into him, we are using the flash beacon, which is basically just a flashlight. The general idea of this section is to use the flash beacon to see how far away Funtime Foxy is. If he's close to us, then we just sit there and wait for him to leave, but if he's far away, then we start walking. This sounds pretty easy to do, but just remind you, I can't see.
What I
It's
do
not gonna work, but you wanna know what does work? Breaking the game. That's right, baby. Nothing, including a completely written out story, is gonna stop me from breaking this game. For the game to actually spawn Funtime Foxy, one of two things need to happen. Either we use our flash beacon, which obviously engages Funtime Foxy, or we hold down our W key and start moving. The flash beacon part isn't important because I never use the flash beacon because I can't see, but what is important is the moving. For the game to register us as moving, our W key needs to be held down for more than a few frames. But what if we don't do this? If we spam our W key to move and ensure that we're only holding it down for a couple frames, Funtime Foxy doesn't spawn. Yeah, that's right. If we spam our W key instead of holding it down, the game doesn't think we've moved yet, so Funtime Foxy will never spawn, and we'll have to free walk all the way to the end of Funtime Auditorium. So there we go. That's our fun, right? Maybe the hardest part of this night was one of our classic scams. No, it's not. We have to hang out with them. Once we get into the end of Funtime Auditorium, we enter the
I'm trying.
one of the hardest segments in this entire challenge, deactivating Funtime Freddy. To do this successfully, we need to click on 7 different buttons, with the final button requiring us to click it in a certain amount of time, and if we don't do that, then the first of these buttons we need to click is located underneath Freddy's right cheek, and those are the cheeks on his super face. Why did I have to clarify that with the second button we need to click is under his left cheek, the third button is right next to Freddy's right eye, and the fourth button is just above Freddy's nose. Clicking all 4 of these buttons in that order will open up the faceplates, allowing us to click on the 5th button, which is located on Freddy's endoskeleton jaw. Once we've done that, Freddy's chest cavity will open up, and we need to remove the power module, which is basically just button 6 because that's what it is. And now it's time for the hard part. We need to find Freddy's hand puppet named Bon Bon, who can appear in 3 different spots. And once we find him, we need to click the button on his chest, which is actually the secondary power module. Upon doing this, Freddy will be deactivated, so we can leave while giving Freddy a quick slap
Oh
on
my
the
God.
cheeks. And this time, I'm not talking about the ones on his face. But by now, you must be wondering, well, that's how you do it with seeing. How are you gonna do it without? Oh, I think you already know. Janky setups. Just so you know, when I'm talking about these setups, I'm talking about a perfect run. Occasionally, I will get pretty close to this perfect run, but most of the time, I would spend 30 minutes looking for one button. So if I ever missed one of these perfect setups, I would move my case to a specific part of the screen, which is basically right underneath the first button we have to click. We want to move our cursor in a backwards L shape and constantly click until we hear this sound effect play in the game. And that's great. I love when things have sound effects, but the only problem is when you're listening to the same noises over and over again, that noise sounds a lot like this noise. That noise you just heard is a part of the ambient sounds that play constantly throughout this entire section, and it's basically just another form of torture. Once we click the first button, we want to do the exact same setup as the elevator button at the beginning of this night, which is just move our mouse directly to the right. Although this is extremely hard to do, these two buttons are very far away and they're also really tall. Just to put into perspective how difficult this actually is, the hitboxes for these buttons are around 16 pixels by 16 pixels, which looks like this. Yeah, that red dot on
I
the screen is
do
what I have to
what I
click
want.
multiple times while being blindfolded. But if we did this setup perfectly, which I'm not gonna lie, I probably only did about 4 times, we'll hear the exact same click sound effect as we did for the first button. We need to move diagonally up and left towards button number 3. Believe it or not, but this setup is actually easier than the second setup. I don't know why, for some reason diagonals are easier to learn muscle memory for than straight lines. Anyways, after clicking button 3, we hear the exact same sound effect play, and we need to move the smallest amount down and right to click the 4th button. This button is definitely the easiest of the 4 to click because it's a really short distance, and all we have to do is follow the exact same angle as we did for button 3, but in the opposite direction. When we click this button, we don't actually hear the exact same sound effect play. We hear this super loud faceplate opening sound effect. This sound effect is a big jump scare, especially when you don't know that it's coming because you don't know how close you are to the button. When the faceplates are open, we have to move at a very steep angle down and left to click the 5th button. However, this button is actually super easy to click, and the box for it is huge, and as long as you're in the technical position and spam clicking left click, you're eventually going to hit the button. Compared to the last 4 buttons, which again have a hitbox around 16 pixels, this one has a hitbox around 60 pixels, which is ridiculous. This simplicity is carried over to the 6th button, where we again have to move at a really steep angle, and the hitbox is way bigger than the controls having a hitbox around 50 pixels by 50 pixels.
Blow my whistle, baby, whistle, baby, baby. Blow my whistle, baby, whistle.
Getting here would take around 40 minutes of straight
Yes.
finding. So, not easy. But all of that fun, silly button clicking was charming compared to what we have to do now, because now we need to find Bon and select the secondary power module. To do this, I of course have a super cool strategy, which boils down to 2 things. Forcing Bon into the exact location that I want it to be in, and of course a Django setup for that perfect button snipe. As I've said previously, Bon can appear in 3 different locations: Freddy's right shoulder, Freddy's left shoulder,
Okay.
How much have you really learned about that? There's no one-size-fits-all answer on just having a bad engagement. All the what truly matters is finding a dialogue.
Yes. Yes. Oh my god. We did it. Do not be afraid. I am the angry pumpkin.
Here I go. Here I go. Here I go. Here I go.
Ooh. Yes.
Great. Now carefully locate and press the button just above Freddy's nose.
7-8.
Here I go.
Now locate the button.
7-9. Oh my god, where do I go?
and over time they will slowly unwind, and if they completely unwind, we're dead. And that is exactly how we beat this night. However, we're gonna need to find a different strategy because janky setups are just not gonna cut it. So now it's time to create a strategy. Actually, I have an idea. Alright, so you wanna open up MMF applications, go to save it, to open the game, and there you go. We did it. Let's go. Also, besides this is something like because you have an actual strategy, you need to be able to do two things. Number one, actually find and find out those blocks, and number two, get rid of the mid arenas that climb up the side of our suit. So first of all, let's figure out the most important thing, finding the spring locks. Obviously, like I mentioned, quirky, janky setups are not gonna work. So let me introduce you to something known as Steam Input Control. Steam Input Control is a feature in the Steam app which allows players to create their own custom controller layouts as well as use controllers in any game. Now, you might be wondering to yourself, well, this is a point-and-click game, so a controller isn't going to do anything. And you'd be right if it weren't for this one section in the controller layout, mouse commands. This section is very important. It allows us to find buttons on our mouse, such as left click or up on the screen, or buttons on our controller. All of these mouse commands are perfect, although none of them matter as much as these two: move to position and move by a mouse. Move to position allows us to input a X position and a Y position to teleport our mouse to a specific location when we press the button. And this is absolutely groundbreaking. However, this does not work in the game. Regardless of what X or Y position we have, our mouse will just teleport into the top left of the screen. So that doesn't work. Which means we are stuck with move by a mouse, which is basically the exact same thing, but instead of teleporting our mouse, it moves our mouse by a specific amount of pixels. All of this sounds great, but what exactly does it mean? Basically, we can move our cursor in the game using buttons on our controller, so we can use the exact same setup that we did previously, but now we're completely removed in Unity. And we're going to use the hours and hours of pixel-perfect cursor alignments and show you the ultimate Night 4 controller layout. The first button of this layout is the right trigger, and I have this binded to the left mouse click, and that's for a very specific reason. If I hold down right trigger, this activates the down left button on my mouse, meaning if I ever need to use the top whistle block, it will immediately wide up. The next button is L3, or pushing in the left stick, which moves my cursor from the initial spawn position over to the first spring lock in the top left corner. And here, every other button just moves me from one spring lock to another. So up on the D-pad moves my cursor from spring lock 1 to spring lock 2. Left on the D-pad moves my cursor from
What I
2 to 3.
needed.
Right on the D-pad moves my cursor from 3 to 4. And down on the D-pad moves my 4 to 5. By now I should be on the bottom left spring lock, so the Y button moves me from spring lock 5 to spring lock 6, which is in the bottom right corner. And from here you can probably guess the rest. The X button moves me from spring lock 6 to spring lock 7. The B button moves me from spring lock 7 to spring lock 8. The A button moves me from spring lock 8 to spring lock 9. The right button or R So to make sure I don't mess with any of the setup, I want the first wiggle to the right and only wiggle to the right whenever I need to. And from here, I want to hit L3 of my controller to move my mouse from the middle of the screen onto the bottom.
Right.
Keep the spring locks well done.
I want to immediately hold down right trigger and wind up the circle. And from here,
Yo,
just
I
press
kidnapped the
E
princess while you were running around. She's here in my castle if you dare to try and rescue her. Wah ha 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 ha. King of the Koopas. Okay, world 7 perfect
There
clear.
are so many different things that I have to remember constantly. I need to remember what word left I currently am on, and I also need to remember the next one that I need to press in the series. And adding on to
Okay.
that, I also need to remember how many beats I've heard to let me know when I need to get
8-10. I did it. Come on. Bye, boom boom. Okay, well that's definitely new.
Yeah.
What I needed.
So now we talk about the 8 new
What I
buttons.
needed.
They basically all do the exact same thing. Looking over the D-pad, you have all 4 directions binded to move the cursor by 10 pixels. This means pressing up on the D-pad, move my cursor 10 pixels up. Left on the D-pad, move my cursor 10 pixels left. Right on the D-pad, move my cursor 10 pixels right. And obviously down on the D-pad, move my cursor 10 pixels down. And looking over at the A, B, X, and Y buttons, they do the exact same thing, although instead of moving my cursor by 10 pixels, they move it by 5, and this is just for more accurate setup. So, Y moves the cursor 5 pixels up, X moves the cursor 5 pixels left, B moves the cursor 5 pixels right, and A moves the cursor 5 pixels down. So, now with all these movements binded, we can complete this night just like we did the first 3 nights. However, instead of changing setups, we can do setups. Yes! Now instead of doing hours of janky setups, all we have to do is memorize a ton of numbers and directions. Yeah. With all that said, I can finally start talking about the new setups. And of course, we start off this night in the same place we started off every single night. The elevator to the last one. Elevator. To do all the beginning setups properly, we literally do the exact same things as in night 1, 2, and 3. However, this time instead of
8-airship. Okay, 8-1. Whoa! panel.
On the button above her right cheek, a section of the faceplates open up and reveal a keypad. And we're instructed by Baby that we need to enter a completely randomized 10-digit
8-2.
keypad to retrieve a keycard. We're told by Baby
Oh my god.
First one he says is when you need to press left on the D-pad.
Oi.
And from here, it's just a bunch of keypad imagination
And
small
okay.
bits of math. So if the next number she calls is 3, we need to press right on the D-pad 4 times and up twice. Although, as you should know by now, input control was definitely not designed for this game, so half the time this just doesn't work. So there's really no way to properly move my cursor to each button on the keypad, and a lot of the time my cursor would end up being a few pixels away from whatever button I wanted to press. If you're wondering to yourself, well, why didn't you just do the exact same thing you did in Night 4? Have a button that teleports you to each number on the keypad. That's because I can't. The setting that I'm using in the input control will move my cursor by some pixels in
Just what I needed.
some pixels from my direction. So that means to toggle my cursor between buttons, I would really need to have every single combination binded as a button. So I would need a button to teleport me from 1 to 2 and 1 to 3 and 1 to 4, etc. I could have created a layout that allowed me to teleport back to the middle position of the keypad. However, I don't have that many buttons on my controller, and that also feels kind of cheating. So simply put, this section is really unpredictable. When she says one of the numbers, I need to figure out which buttons on my controller I need to press and how many times I need to press them, and this all has to be done in less than 2 seconds. And just to make it a little bit worse, I need to do this 10 times in a row absolutely flawlessly, or else I die. So yes, this section is not fun. But once you get perfect RNG and input the 10-digit code properly, we're back to just regular button memorization. We first need to spam down and right spaces at the bottom right corner, just so we know exactly where our cursor is. And from here, we need to pick up the card and hit the gold button to send baby into the scooping room. And to do this, all we have to do is press this sequence of buttons. Press X on our controller 24 times, then up on the D-pad 14 times, and press the right trigger once to pick up the key card. And from here, we need to press left on the D-pad 26 times, and down on the D-pad 14 times, then press right trigger again to press the gold button. And that's basically it for this night. All we have to do is make it back through Fun Time Auditorium, which is really easy because baby literally tells us what we need to do. She tells us when we need to walk forwards, when we need to stop, when we need to walk forwards and left, and as long as we listen to what she actually says, the rest of the night is really, really easy. So with baby's help, we get all the way from Fun Time Auditorium into the scooping room,
Okay.
and ladies and gentlemen, we have officially deemed the entirety of Five Nights at Freddy's Sister Location blindfolded.
Right.
Then from here, I either need to do 17 or 16 and I don't That's too far, dude. That's too far. You oh, you can't do that. You have to. Why do you like doing the cross match? Like I do 1, 2, 3.
level design we're not doing. That's great. The last fight with Boom Boom. Bro, nigga sucks. Oh. Oh. Bye bye. Okay.
Thank you. Peach has a blessed return to all
World 8, perfect clear. Okay.
Right half a second, then jump right. Right jump. Down with this screen. Only want the one. Thanks for.
Oh, level card. Okay, now that we're here. Classic World 1-1. So these are the e-reader levels. For Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3.
What I needed. Here I go.
Now, there's a lot of things to consider. A very important part of this is those. Those are, I don't know, I'm just gonna call them advanced coins. And each of these levels has at least one of them to collect. And we need to collect all of them. Classic World 1-2.
Get the greens, perfect. One tap left jump.
Gotcha.
Okay, go right. And jump. So nice.
Here I go. Here I go.
Lazy ass never got around. So.
Lucky. Bravo.
Okay. Oh my god, I don't.
Just what I needed.
Okay. Classic World 1-3.
Gotcha.
person trying to goon? No? No? We're trying to play through every single smart. Oh yeah, I forgot. No. Oh, I gotta update this, that's right. Bar for that, no. Okay, I updated the description of the video. No. I'm not barking for daddy, no. Make me no. Make me nut, no. There we go. Is she tight? What do you want? Why do you want to know? Classic World 2-2. Wait, where was it? There it was. Okay. Right, okay. Wild ride in the sky.
One right jump. One right jump. Jump right.
Okay, that's much better. Do eat from your cat. No! No, I'm not gonna do that. What's wrong with you? Okay. Off.
Alright, so as many of you know, I've recently been playing through every single Five Nights at Freddy's game. However, they are not regular.
Sliding in the slopes.
As evidence of insanity or whatever. Regardless of what you think they are, they always end up being absolutely terrible ideas, and this one is no different, because the next game in the series is Five Nights at Freddy's Pizzeria Simulator. This game literally has everything you could ever ask for. Right? Animatronics that look like
Gotcha.
Wait, what? Vegetable Valley.
When they actually matter. So let's just get into night one. One good thing I do want to say before we get into the actual night is if you want to see any of the parts for this run, go over to my second channel, Chicken On the channel, you can every single successful
Just what I needed.
What are you watching? I'm not watching anything. I'm playing a video game. See? Don't make me put you out of another fucking timeout. What do you mean? I know who you are. I'm not. You're Hayden. I know you are. You're Hayden. Okay? I'm not. My fucking bedroom. Okay? I'm not telling you. Okay, I'm not telling you where I live. Okay, fuck you. What do you mean, who that? What the fuck are you talking about? I'm the only person here. No, you don't know where I live. No, you don't. I will ban you from the stream if you leak my IP address, actually. I will actually do that. Don't fucking tempt me. Oh! Oh, you're that Hayden. Oh, never mind. I thought you were someone else. Okay, you're fine. But don't leak my IP address still. Okay? Well, I'm sorry, okay? I'm too dumb to do that. Okay, well, yeah, fair. Oh my god. The fuck am I don't even know. More of a... Ah!
Thank you very much.
Starting off night 2, we're going to instantly accept the next sponsorship, which is from Marty's Plungers for $500. After this, we're going to play Midnight Motorists a few more times until we get $550 so we can purchase the Carnival Loops arcade game. And now it's time for me to channel my inner LeBron James, because I am really good at this game. The reason as to why I'm playing this instead of Midnight Motorists is because if we end up getting 20 baskets in the 30-second time frame, then we will actually get a 5,000 point jackpot. And since we all know I'm gonna get the jackpot, you know, every single time, this ends up giving us more money. Another thing that happened during the Tycoon segment is after we bought the Carnival Hoops game, we actually unlocked the final catalog of the game, the Rare Finds Auction catalog. This catalog really isn't that significant because everything in it is way too expensive, but, you know, there's pickles. And finally, before finishing off the Tycoon segment, we purchased both the Lemonade Clown and the Fruit Punch Clown to increase the Pound Town aesthetic. My lawyer has advised me to stop talking, so we're gonna call this updated pizzeria family-friendly pizza town. They can give us pizzas. Starting off the night segment, there's one very apparent thing that I need to talk about, and that's the fact that there is now an animatronic here. So, in order to completely understand how these animatronics are gonna work, especially in the later nights, let's talk about how these animatronics move. First off, before I explain any of this, I got pretty much all my information from It's David's video on the 5 Minutes and Freddy's 6 AI. Their video is amazing, and if you're looking for a more detailed analysis of the AI, I would definitely recommend checking out that video. First off, when you enter the 5 Minutes and Freddy's game, the animatronics are going to be moving around in a very specific map. It's a rectangle. Here you go. When we start off the night,
Ooh, just what I needed.
the night will spawn in a random position at the top
What I
of
needed.
the map. In the case of night 2, we only have one animatronic, and that's multiple credits, so he can spawn here, or here, or literally in any position in the top row. And after they spawn, just like every other 5 Nights at Freddy's game, they will have a chance to go around the map, and this is what's known as a movement opportunity. However, unlike other games where animatronics would have the in this game, every single animatronic, regardless of which one they are,
Do you stream on Twitch? No, I only stream on YouTube. Oh my god. Is what pink? Is what pink? Brother, I don't know what I'm doing. Bombarded by bomb-bombs. magical no
but it will also
blocks.
force the animatronics away from us. This time we just didn't need to use a flashlight. Pretty much just the more noise we make, the higher chance we have a fake jump scare. You know, it just goes fake noise. This does get a little bit harder when we actually start doing stuff because our computer and our fans are not the only things that will increase our chance of being hurt by an animatronic.
Actually,
Is absolutely nothing. Regardless of what we're doing, there will always be a guaranteed 10% chance.
I'll see you guys tomorrow on